Welcome to another episode of Obscured Reality. Join your hosts, Mark and Stephanie, as they take you through a journey of the extraordinary, bizarre, and often frightening world of the unknown. Explore topics of the paranormal, UFOs, alien abduction, lost civilizations, mythical monsters, and other unexplained mysteries. Come along with us as we transcend into another dimension of obscured reality.
Welcome back to Obscured Reality. Mark and Stevie back with you. And I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've probably said it 3 times. I'm going to say it again.
Please tell me this has something to do. Okay. Please tell me it has something to do with Florida, though.
Humanity.
Please.
Thank you for not letting us down this
Never.
year so far. We got another good one. Stevie, have you heard in the past couple years, 2-3 years or so, how people been finding these weird monoliths? These silver, triangular, tall structures? Yeah.
Yes. And they just like magically disappear after a couple of days. Yeah.
Usually, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Another one was just found in Wales by a hiker.
By a hiker, yep.
Yes. Yep. It's true. A hiker in Wales found another one. His name is Craig Muir. The monolith was found on top of a hillside along the country's border with England. And we'll show you a picture to give you a satellite view of where we're looking at here. So he was hiking near Hay Bluff, he was hiking Hay Bluff, which is near Hay-on-Wye. Weird name. It's where this was found. Oh
God, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced totally differently, but.
Well, Craig stated that, this is a quote, "It almost looks like a UFO." Now, if you guys have seen a picture of these monoliths before, there's nothing UFO-ish looking about them. There's something different looking, but a UFO is something that, you think is moving around in the atmosphere or in space. It's flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. So
it'd be
he did not find any...
I would say a USO for an unidentified stationary object, but that would be submersible
a UFO
object at that point.
An identified flying object, and this thing's sitting there planted in the ground, and it looks nothing like a craft.
No.
Yeah. So he found no obvious tracks, in or out, that no disturbance that anyone might have planted this. That doesn't mean that's not the case, of course.
Yeah.
So, as we all know, similar monoliths have been found in the United States, Belgium, Romania, and the Isle of Wight, an island that is in the English Channel.
Yeah.
So in November 2020, a monolith found to be between 10 and 12 feet high was found by wildlife employees. They were counting sheep from a helicopter. It was installed in the ground with no obvious indication of who might have put it there. So that doesn't say no obvious indication that anyone was there messing with the land. Just no indication of who might have put it there. However, as we continue, a week later, another monolith was found in Atascadero, California, which is north of Los Angeles. It's unclear who placed the monoliths, which is interesting because it goes on to say, however, a New Mexico artist collective claimed responsibility.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was just waiting, but because I do recall one being found not all that long ago in America. Because I definitely recall my late best friend's mom posting something about it on Facebook about it being an art installation.
Yeah, well, allegedly.
But that was the one that was claimed from America. So that was the American version. The Welsh version is totally different. You never know.
So the first monolith that was found was in Utah in Red Rock Country on November 23rd, 2020. It was removed by November 27th.
I think that was the one. Yeah.
So there's an artist collective out of New Mexico named Most Famous Artist. They suggested that they may have had a hand in the monolith's creation.
May have had a hand.
That they may have had a hand. So they're saying maybe, but we're not copping to it. If there's going to be any legal repercussions, then we didn't say we did it.
That's us saying that we totally did this, but we didn't totally do this.
Right.
Yeah. For legal reasons, totally a joke. We didn't do this, but we totally did this.
Yeah. So basically, it was suggested that they may have had a hand in the monolith's creation when it attempted to sell the piece. Quote, I'm here to say I didn't do the monolith, but I didn't not do the monolith. That came from the collective's founder, artist Matty Moe. He said that in December 2020. I believe this was on an Instagram live with art podcaster Heidi Zuckerman. Quote, I am both the originator and the guy who is just capitalizing on it as a result of the artifacts that were created to seed the story which propagated the myth. Does that...
Okay.
Well, yeah. Plural?
Yep.
He's obviously referring to more than just one of them. Right. Yes. So he's suggesting that they've had a hand in probably most of these, if not all.
Yes. I find it funny that he refers to it as an artifact. You can't create an artifact. An artifact happens over a period of time. That was the part where I was like, really?
He's an artist. He's good at one thing.
Yes.
But he's saying artifact, right? He's clearly being kind of elusive about this. Well, I didn't do the monolith, but I didn't not do the monolith. We may have had a hand in it. We may not have, right? He's being a little evasive on purpose. Right. So as a result of the artifacts, he says, I could totally see him saying that. He's clearly trying to say it without saying it.
The most roundabout way. Well, how did I phrase this before? That is a lot of words to say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, sounds like someone involved in this UFO thing right now. Well, so does that one of my favorite phrases. Just about him? The little story there, just about him. Does that sound familiar? Does it ring a bell? Let me repeat this. He says, I'm here to say I didn't do the monolith, but I didn't not do the monolith. I am both the originator and the guy who is just capitalizing on it as a result of the blah, 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 blah. So he's saying I'm the originator, but I'm also the guy who is just capitalizing on it. So in a way, he's kind of saying, well, maybe I didn't originate it, but I'm going to capitalize on it, right? He's kind of evasive about it. We see this artist, most famous artist, this artist collective. So more than one person. This sounds like something I've heard from The Walking Dead.
See, I've never seen that show.
Have you seen that show?
Nope. Okay.
Well, after you get so many seasons through it, you come to find out there's this guy named Deegan.
Oh, I know.
And
Deegan?
It turns out he's not really.
Is it the guy with the bat? Is that
Deegan?
Deegan, the guy with the bat. Please, spoil it for me because I don't give a fuck.
The guy with the bat. No.
Who was the guy with the bat?
I'll finish.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out who.
Around halfway through the series or so, they find these other people, and this one guy comes out. I'm the leader. My name's Deegan. I'm pretty sure the name was Deegan. And then, as they progress through that episode and the next few episodes, they're talking to someone else from that group, and they find out that person's name is Deegan. Oh, but so is that other person. They're all Deegan, right? So they can all claim responsibility, and they can all not claim responsibility of things. It sounds the same as this artist collective. We're all one, but Negan. We're all one, but we're not all one. we did do it, but we didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what I'm seeing
by
there.
the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when this guy was asked for comment on the new monolith, that
the not creator
Mo
of
told
the original
USA
one?
Today.
Okay.
On Wednesday, he said, "People sure seem to think it was me." He just leaves it at that. But
I mean, he is an artist, so I guess like half of the act is how he would respond to media inquiry. Makes sense.
Yeah. He's just being elusive. Whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Eccentric.
So this is a map of that area. Hay Bluff. We say Hay Bluff there in the middle. It's kind of where it was at.
Can you zoom in a little bit more?
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
Not really.
Not really. Can we zoom out so I have an idea of like where by the Cribby Garth?
So Hay Bluff, we see is that big hillside right there that's under that red dot. So it sounds like it was somewhere along that hillside. And there are some trails around there. You could easily get in there with a truck. Obviously, you might have to walk this thing up a little bit, but not a big deal for 1 to 5 people trying to set this thing up. Not a big deal. So this is where the location of the most recent one. Here is the most recent one.
Oh, that's a little bit different.
Which looks just like the other ones.
Does it? I thought the other ones had a pointed top.
Let's find out.
Let's.
So we got a little few captions with some of these.
You're right.
This is Atascadero. This is the one in Atascadero. And this is Turkish police standing by. So here's another one. Some of the the wording got cut off there. I didn't pay attention to that. So we're not going to read too much into these then.
I mean, I can get the general idea of what was going on for most of the words that I could read. So
yeah, here's one in Texas, and this one doesn't look too clean, man. This UFO's been through a lot on re-entry into the atmosphere. Or I should say entry, unless we know for a fact it's been here before. This thing clearly burned up a bit. Here we go, Symphony Forest Park.
Wow, that one looks like a new model. Bright,
nice,
shiny.
Yes.
Yeah, that has to be a newer model.
Tesla.
That's
I think that was used in the Cybertruck. Here we go. Again, don't really know where this one is. It's in there, but the words got cut off. But this was during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is interesting.
Okay.
Because the one thing that says to me is, people with a lot of time on their hands now. Hence an artist collective group. Let's move on. We have another one here.
Oh wow! See that right there. Yeah. That's why I had it in my head that there was like a pointed part to it. There is. It's just inverted from my brain.
Well, we didn't see the other side of it, so who knows? There might be. There might not be.
Yeah, who knows? It doesn't look like those do. Yeah, but the other one, because I swear.
Well, yeah, but if you took this picture on the other side of it, it'd look exactly the same, right?
That's fair.
You're just not seeing this side, so who knows? I'm sure it's different. This is probably a copycat. This one up here, the new one today, or recently.
Possibly, yeah.
Here we go.
This
one's in Europe.
Tall. What was it, 10 to 12
10
feet,
to 12 feet.
Yep. That looks solid.
Here's Utah.
That's the picture.
I think we all remember this one.
That's the one I remember. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
This one in Utah was cool. This picture, when I first saw this reminded me of the show Airwolf. How they had that big mountain with like a cave just going down the center, and Airwolf, they'd always land the helicopter in there, and that's where they hid it out in the middle of the desert. This reminds me of that because this was kind of hidden, but I believe this was the one that was seen from the helicopter. It always
struck me as a very strange location. Like, how long was it sitting there before someone stumbled upon it? Like,
Who knows?
if it was sitting there a while, that would definitely explain why there's no trace or track of how it got there, because it's been fucking rained and sunned and winded all the fuck gone. So
well, they also paid attention to covering their tracks and planned it.
Yeah. I mean, something like this, I mean, especially like large art installations definitely take planning, like very careful planning. But at the same time, again, this is so far fucking out there. And I believe this was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was like, hey, let's put it out in the middle of nowhere. So it's like a practice run. So if no one finds it right away, totally cool. If someone finds it right away, whatever.
Yeah, I think
the
I don't know,
is still
but
there.
I mean, to me, I think the purpose was put it out there. And when someone finds it, they find it. You know, that's kind of what I'd be thinking, because it's easy to set up. It's easy to set up. You're not going to get caught. No one's going to see you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You can take your time covering your tracks. You get away and whatever. Not that
I
this
wonder
is
if they
necessarily
had like
illegal.
a bet board as to how long it would take someone to find it.
Who knows? They're artists, not gamblers.
Oh, I don't know. A little bit of office fun.
Here's another one, I believe. Yep, Red Rock. So same area, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting look in there. They put a little light behind it to get some pictures. Okay. Here's another one. No,
whoa.
Well, this
That's
one's
trippy.
in Romania.
I really like how the picture was taken on that one, where it almost looks like it's a void. If it wasn't for the shadow, it would look, if they just photoshopped the fucking shadow out, it would look like a straight void in time itself.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Now, to me on this one, it kind of looks like the land is disturbed a little bit around the base.
Absolutely.
At least meaning digging.
It also looks like a different material than the other ones. Like all the other ones are very, very smooth.
Possibly, yeah.
But if they have any damage, it's also, if it's damaged, it's usually like just around the edges like that one was. But other than that, all of them are very, very clean, very smooth. This one looks like it's of a natural material. Or it's, like you said, it's shitty. Well, see, it's still on this one as well. Yeah.
Here's the same one.
Looks like a candle.
Yeah, it could be.
Or it could just be dirty.
Different.
I don't know.
Could be copycat, different material. There is another one I didn't include in here. Okay. And I forgot what country this was in, but it was made out of gingerbread. And it stood for less than a day and fell apart. So, obviously, there's a good chance this could be a completely different material, which would suggest possibly from a different person or group, right?
Right.
Not necessarily
part of the collective.
But maybe, right? Yeah, that's it for the pictures. But I'll go back to the first one here.
Yeah.
So that's the one that was found recently. You can see it's kind of overlooking little towns, some city. There's got to be something down there they're looking at. Yeah, I mean, there's
Gospel
a little bit out
Pass
there.
and the house in the hills.
Side, facing this way.
Oh, I thought it was facing the other way, down towards, I guess the left of the screen, facing towards the left. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at a little town out there, right? So if you zoom in here, you're seeing
Gospel Pass.
You're seeing some possible stuff over there somewhere else.
You're right.
Who knows? So,
hey, random Welsh knowledge for you. There's two different words that the Welsh use for jellyfish. One of them has been retired. Huh? One of them has been retired. Yes. However, I don't remember what it was replaced with. I just know the retired version. I know it recently was retired. That's why I don't really care to know the new one. But jellyfish is cunty more. Literally cunt of the sea, which makes sense. Yeah, cunty more. And then the gibberish word that's used for jellyfish is I just lost it. Hang on. It ends in wibbly wobbly. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. I just had it in my head and I lost it. Don't smoke drugs. Yeah.
That's what I got to say about that. Wibbly wobbly.
I totally ended up reading some of the words on the screen, and that's why I forgot it. And I was like, God damn.
So, Stevie, what do you think about this whole monolith situation?
I didn't realize
we have a group that's claiming responsibility, but not, what do you think?
I think that the most recent ones may be copycats. I don't, obviously, for legal reasons, the creator, not creator, probably has something to do with the majority of them. But again, definitely an art installation. Definitely probably something to cue the talk of, UFOs or those from beyond, or, whatever. Like, I appreciate the idea behind art. I mean, art is intended to be taken different ways, but I mean, it's for me, it's always been very UFO-esque and like the starter of that conversation. And I do appreciate that, especially of recently. But yeah, I still seriously, it's an art installation, but the creator, not creator, probably had something to do with, like I said, the majority of them, except the one that looked like it was just like the one in Romania, you said, that was like, looked like it was of like rock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because they didn't have access to the mirrors. I don't fucking know. But
who knows? They're not mirrors. They are metal. I forgot.
Okay, it's really shiny metal
they
that
were definitely
reflects.
Metal. Yeah, one that was definitely looked like a mirror.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I'm kind of glad they're doing it. I think it's especially a few years ago. It's kind of fun to just see something pop up that, at least initially, nobody's claiming responsibility for, and everyone's trying to figure out. It's kind of cool to see not necessarily that structure, but the fact that they place it there, and at least in some of these, cleared up their tracks very well. Because they drove it in there or flew it in. Most likely drove it in. And then, it's going to take a few people, maybe 4 or so, and haul that up the hill. Unless you got a little ATV with a trailer, you strap it on, cool. But they clearly took the time to cover their tracks, and I see it as a good way to make people think. However, nowadays, people believe anything they're told. I could tell you that thing probably flew in from outer space, and there's going to be 50,000 people out there that are going to believe that. There's people that are just going to go that direction by themselves and think that. I do find it interesting. I think it's cool in the sense of watching them, seeing that they can cover their tracks well enough that people are like, huh? How'd this get in there? But it's like, come on, there's trails nearby. Like, this isn't hard to figure out.
I wonder if we're going to see an influx of like UFO like sightings or weird stuff like that with the upcoming eclipse.
I mean,
you never know.
The last few years has been an increase in UFO sightings. A lot of them are misidentified known things. And I'm not counting the Jeremy Corbell videos because they've pretty much all been debunked in their crap. But the last few years, 4 to 5 years, has been a huge influx in UFO activity that people are claiming. And like I said, myself and Mike saw something out here, and yes, you call it a UFO or UAP, it doesn't mean it's alien, it just means unidentified, and I don't know what it was. There's probably a very prosaic explanation, which could either be natural phenomena or technology that the government / military industrial complex is not going to tell you about, as long as that gives them the upper hand over everybody. So who knows what it was, right?
Yeah.
But this, common sense, obviously this is probably persons that put it there. And we clearly, at least on the first one, have this art collective coming out saying, it wasn't not
did but did
us,
not.
maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
It's cool.
Yes,
I like to see how they cover up their tracks and keep people thinking. And I think that might be kind of the idea is think.
Yeah. Because that's exactly fun, what art is supposed to do, is to encourage people to think and use their imaginations. Like, what do you take away from this? Especially something as like nondescript and is very almost generic as a singular fucking shape. Like,
it looks as generic as the Cybertruck.
It really does.
looks like a piece from the Cybertruck.
The Cybertrucks.
Maybe it's Elon Musk doing it.
Oh God. That would be
I could totally see that happening.
I know. I just had to think about that. Like, that would be the weirdest like advertisement ever for a truck, because it definitely looks like the Cybertrucks were modeled after those. I could see that, but they started.
Yeah.
When did the Cybertruck come out?
I don't know.
Oh my God! If they go hand in hand, I'm gonna blame Musk.
Sure it was already in his mind and already on paper before this, but. Either way, I think it's cool. What I think is going to be interesting is to see if these people have planted some more, and they're clearly, there's a good chance, there's art collective, right? If you start a group, it doesn't matter what the group is. It's not hard to get followers, people to follow you. And with something like an art collective, you're going to have people from all over the world. So you get a few people in each country that are willing to, here, we'll make it, we'll get it out there somehow, and you get it up, or we'll find the tools and material out there and do it. Cool. And they'll help, So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I'd be willing, I'm going to put my money on there's going to be at least one more within a year. And I say a year because they clearly, some of these, they've taken quite a bit of time in between, and it's already been quite a while since the last one. So
2021, correct?
I think so. Yeah. So we'll see, but I think it'd be interesting to see if, when, and where another one pops up. Keep people thinking.
Ooh.
Yes.
I want to say that another one will pop up somewhere in the Middle East next. Or Russia.
Ooh. Yeah, see.
You know what?
Now, oh, Jesus.
Look, I'm on this weird, like, put a betting thing lately. Not like a gambling thing, but just like, let's say they're going to be this. I got my dog's DNA test kits in today, and I had to swab their cheeks. And so now I have, like, this thing going on with people who know my dogs well enough. Like, let's take bets on what breeds you think they are. Like, it's... So now I'm on this weird betting thing, so don't mind me.
Well, I would bet against you on the Middle East or Russia. Think about Russia. Would you want to be part of a group and be the one?
But they're not part of the group
in Russia. Do you know what kind of chance you're taking with a ruler like Putin?
Oh yeah, that's like I still think they would, because there's
the
nothing.
Middle East. Come on, no.
So probably
it would be cool.
if it popped up in somewhere like I would say the North Middle East, then yes, I agree with you. But if it popped up in more of a progressive country, like outside of one of the bigger cities of Saudi Arabia or somewhere inside of the UAE, I think it would be totally chill there. It'd be like, art. Just because, like, the UAE literally has the Louvre. They have their own Louvre there. Like, they're very big into weird money art stuff. Like, anything that's money, they're into it. So that's why I... well... they have the power to show it. So, like, if it happened in those countries, I legit would be like, oh, yeah, I totally saw that one coming. But like with Russia, it would probably, I feel like it would be like somewhere in like the middle of fucking nowhere. Exactly. They are part of it, but they're not part of it. It'd be in the middle of nowhere. It would be exactly like the Utah one. It would be like, what the fuck is that? Some fucking drunk
they've all been in the middle
Russian
of nowhere.
guy.
And they've all been in the middle of nowhere. And I think that's kind of the point also is, let's give it some time for people to find it.
Exactly.
Me personally, if I were doing it, I'd put it in the middle of nowhere, hoping it would be a good period of time before someone would find it. So the thing could weather a little bit, look like it's been there a long time,
Yeah. I think some of them definitely did look more weathered than others, just simply because some of them weren't nearly as shiny as the others
polished
were.
And not polished and
rained on versus not. Yeah.
If you guys wouldn't mind, do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, comment. We'll interact with you. But just as important, if you have a personal story of your own, obscure story, maybe your home is haunted. Maybe you think it may be haunted. Maybe you see paranormal activity or have heard it. Maybe you've seen a UFO. Let us know. Send us an email at obscuredr1@gmail.com. Type story in the subject line. Let us know your story. We will tell your story for you on here, anonymously if you'd like. You could also be on the show. If you so choose, we'll have you on, again, anonymously if you'd like, and you can tell your own story and we can have a chat. Yes, sir. Folks.
I have someone who's I'm
Speak
trying to get
or
them
forever
to,
hold your peas.
I'm trying to get someone to email their stories. They worked at a hospital. So seen some shit, and I'm like, oh, please tell me all the paranormal stories. Like, those are the freaky ones. So,
if you know someone, man, get them on the show. Tell them to come on.
They don't need to be on the show. I'm trying to get them to email, but they won't come on the show, trust me. But yeah, no, they worked in one ran by nuns. So definitely some weird shit going on in that one. So I'm just like, please just sit down and email me. So hopefully.
Yeah, bug them.
Yep.
Well, that is it for tonight's episode of Obscured Reality. Keep your eyes out for the new monolith, the next monolith. Where's it going to be? Let us know in the comments. We're going to catch you.
Take some bets.
On the flip side.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check back with us often for new episodes. Feel free to drop a comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Obscured Reality.